Punishment versus positive discipline. What actually helps kids? What if punishment is actually making the behavior worse? What if I told you that the way most of us were taught to discipline our children may actually be teaching the wrong lesson? Today we're talking about one of the biggest parenting debates, punishment versus positive discipline, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why one approach only changes the behavior for a moment, while the other helps shape your child's character for life. Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm so happy you've joined me. Parenting is one of the most rewarding journeys we'll ever experience. But at the same time, it can also be one of the hardest. There are days when our children seem determined to test every ounce of patience we have. Maybe you've found yourself saying, "Go to your room. That's it. No TV for a week. Because I said so." Most of us parent the way we were parented. Punishment has been around for generations, and for many parents, it's simply what they know. But here's something I've learned over the years. Children don't wake up in the morning wondering how they can make our lives difficult. Their behavior is communication. Sometimes they're overwhelmed, sometimes they're tired, sometimes they're still learning skills that adults take for granted. Today's video isn't about making parents feel guilty, it's about giving you another way. One that builds connection instead of fear. One that teaches instead of simply punishing, and one that helps children become responsible because they understand, not because they're afraid. Section 1. What is punishment? Let's start with punishment. Punishment is designed to make a child suffer a consequence after doing something wrong. The goal is simple. Stop the behavior. It might look like timeouts used as isolation, spanking, taking away privileges, grounding, yelling, harsh lectures, embarrassing a child, threats, shaming. Now, does punishment sometimes stop the behavior? Absolutely. But here's the important question. Does it teach the child what to do instead? No, not really. Instead, children may learn things we never intended. They might learn things like, "I shouldn't get caught. I should lie. Big people use power to solve problems. I'm a bad kid." Notice the difference. Punishment often focuses on what the child did. Children often internalize it as who they are, and that difference matters. I know there were times when I reacted out of frustration. We're human, sometimes exhaustion wins, sometimes we yell before we even realize we've done it. Section 2. What is positive discipline? Now let's look at positive discipline. Positive discipline doesn't mean letting children do whatever they want. That is probably one of the biggest misconceptions. Positive discipline is not permissive parenting, it isn't giving in, it isn't bribing, it isn't ignoring bad behavior. Positive discipline combines two things: kindness and firmness. At the same time, instead of asking, "How do I punish this behavior?" positive discipline asks, "What skill is my child missing?" That's a completely different mindset. Because every challenging behavior is an opportunity to teach. Imagine your child hits their sibling. Punishment says, "Go to your room." Positive discipline says, "Hitting hurts people, I won't let you hit, let's calm our bodies first. Then we're going to figure out another way to solve this problem." Notice something important. The behavior is still addressed, there are still boundaries. But instead of fear, we're teaching emotional regulation, conflict resolution, empathy, problem solving, and those are life skills. Section 3. Why punishment often doesn't work long term. Let's talk about something fascinating. When children feel threatened, their brains enter survival mode. They're not thinking clearly, they're protecting themselves. That's because strong emotions activate the brain's alarm system. When that happens, learning becomes much harder. Think about yourself. Have you ever learned your best lesson while someone was yelling at you? Probably not. Children are exactly the same. Connection opens the brain to learning and fear closes it. That's why positive discipline focuses on calming first and teaching second. It's not being soft, it's actually working with how children's brains develop. Section 4. Natural and logical consequences. One of my favorite parts of positive discipline is using consequences that actually make sense. There are two types. Natural consequences. These happen naturally without parent involvement. For example, your child refuses to wear a coat, they feel cold, life teaches the lesson. Then there are logical consequences. These are created by parents, but they're connected to the behavior. For example, your child throws crayons. The crayons are put away until they're ready to use them safely. Notice what's missing? Anger, threats, and shame. The consequence makes sense. Children learn responsibility much faster when the consequence connects directly to the behavior. To learn more about natural and logical consequences, click on the link in the description. Section 5. Real-life parenting examples. Example 1. Toddler is dumping toys everywhere. Punishment. You made this mess. No cartoons. Positive discipline. I see toys all over the floor. Let's clean them together, and next time we'll take one box out at a time. Example 2. Child is yelling at you. Punishment. Stop crying right now. Positive discipline. I can see you're upset. It's okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to scream at people. Let's figure this out together. Example 3. Teen misses curfew. Punishment. You're grounded for 2 weeks. Positive discipline. I'm worried because I didn't know where you were, so let's talk about what happened and how we can rebuild trust. Notice something? Positive discipline doesn't ignore accountability, it strengthens it because children become part of solving the problem. Section 6. 5 powerful positive discipline strategies. Here are 5 simple strategies you can begin using today. Connect before you correct. Children listen better when they feel understood. Stay calm. Your calm becomes your child's calm. Focus on teaching. Ask yourself, what skill does my child need right now? Be consistent. Children feel safest when expectations stay predictable. Repair after mistakes. If you yelled today, go back, apologize, and reconnect. That doesn't weaken your authority, it models accountability. One of the greatest gifts we can give our children is showing them that everyone makes mistakes, and everyone can make things right. Here's something I hope you remember after today's video. Discipline isn't about controlling children, it's about teaching them. Punishment may stop a behavior today, but positive discipline builds the skills your child will use for the rest of their life. Will your child still make mistakes? Of course they will. That's how children learn. And that's how we learn too. None of us gets this right every single day. I certainly don't. But every calm conversation, every repaired relationship, and every moment of connection helps build the kind of parent-child relationship that lasts long after childhood is over. So the next time your child makes a mistake, pause for just a second and ask yourself, what do I want my child to learn from this moment? That one question can completely change the way we respond. And over time, it can change our families. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more practical parenting advice, and share it with another parent who could use a little encouragement today. I'd also love to hear from you. Do you remember how discipline looked in your own childhood, and has it influenced the way you parent today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.